watching GearWire.com. I am Owen O'Malley, and we are here with Shawn Rosenblatt of Netherfriends. Thanks for letting us hang out with you.
Thanks for coming.
So where did you record to Barry and Cherry? Where was that recorded?
I recorded it at my girlfriend's parents' house in Apple Valley, Minnesota, like in the suburbs. Mm-hmm. They moved out of the place and they're trying to sell it, but because of the economy, they couldn't sell the house, and they were living in like North Carolina. So they gave me, I kind of asked them, I was like, can I maybe record there? You know, I knew they had a baby grand piano there, and I just needed a place where I didn't have the internet, didn't have a television, didn't have any sort of distractions. It was just go there and record, and that was my main goal. And it was great, like because I feel like if I really, I don't get writer's block. I feel I haven't really, you know, if I want to write a song, I can write it. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm sure it's gonna happen eventually because life changes, and you know, but when I went there and I recorded like 10 songs, wrote and recorded them on the spot there, and then just went from there and just did it as quick as possible, and then I sat on it forever because I mean it's not even officially out yet. I mean it's just digital at the moment. I think that when it comes to songs, if you can write a song and record it as quickly as possible and it sounds good to you, I think that's how you should go about it. I think a lot of people are like perfectionists when it comes to that.
What was your recording experience sort of before doing this album?
It's always been like home recordings.
Yeah.
I worked at a studio when I was in high school for free, like just like a guy in a basement who recorded bands, and he taught me how to record on Digital Performer and just taught me all these things that I still use today. I mean, I definitely think there's no right or wrong thing when it comes to recording. I mean, it's just if it sounds good, it sounds good. You know.
Do you still use Digital Performer?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I mean, I don't. That's the same thing. It's like I don't know if it's the best, but it's what I learned. Yeah. Right. You know, some people like really like don't like Digital Performer, and some people really love it. So.
I've never used it before, but I have like close friends that just swear on it. They say it's the best. Yeah? But I have the sneaking suspicion that whatever DAW people like, it's what they learned on.
Exactly. It doesn't. I really believe that you can use GarageBand and get a good sound. Or I've heard people record on their laptop speakers and it sounds amazing. You know, I don't know. It's all about how you edit it afterwards and what you know the room that you're in, I guess. I mean, it doesn't. I think if it sounds good, it sounds good. Yeah. I think that people can do a good job if they really know what they're doing. Yeah.
So was that the sort of like extent of your formal like recording training? Has it been like trial and error since then?
I took an intro to audio class at Columbia, and I didn't learn anything. It was my only C at Columbia too. It was so upsetting. There were kids in that class that had taken the class like 3 or 4 times, and just because it's one of those classes where they try to weed people out. Oh, I see. So it's like let's bore these kids to death with a bunch of like really nonsense audio stuff.
So you use Digital Performer to track. What hardware do you use?
I use the MOTU 828 audio interface. I have like a DBX compressor and a Behringer Tube preamp, and then like a headphone, like a Samson headphone amp. It's just basic stuff. I mean,
is that like pretty much all you've had, sort of like recording?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's all I use. It's very simple, and I just carry around this big box. To places. You know,
what recording equipment do you bring with you on the road? Like we've got this.
The big box.
The big box, yeah. And like how many mics? Like what mics do you bring on the road with you?
I only have a 58 and 57 right now. Yeah, I had this like AKG condenser mic, but it broke. It just keeps cutting in and out. Actually, I also have 2 Samson CO2 condenser microphones, and those have been great. But the AKG one broke recently. I was just so upset about that because but then again, I don't know. I had a case for it. I never put it in the case. So that's the rule.
Let that be a lesson to everyone.
It's so hard to do mixing, producing, and writing and recording and everything. It's just like you need someone else to be ears as well. And I think that I don't know anyone that does everything themselves without any sort of help. That must be frightening. I'm sure there's someone out there like that, but I feel like as time goes on, I would really assume that there's going to be some other people to help out, and maybe I'll have some more money to pay people. But I haven't recorded in a studio for Netherfriends yet, ever. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've done Day Trotter, which is kind of like but it wasn't like I was recording songs for an album.
I've never been in that studio. Is that like a big space at all?
It's pretty big. I mean, it's not huge, but they have a lot of really nice gear and equipment you can use, and it's all to analog tape.
If you'd had like your druthers, would you be recording to analog tape like in a big studio?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
who knows? It's like, is it even worth it though? I mean, I understand that like there are people out there that really do. I don't think it even makes a difference. I don't think people can tell. Some people say they can.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's like with the Wurlitzer that people say like, why don't you just get like a keyboard that has a Wurlitzer sound on it? I was like, I haven't heard one that sounds just like a Wurlitzer and has that feel. And same people swear by that with analog tape, audio. So I don't know. And plus, with everyone illegally downloading, is it really worth spending all that extra money for it? If
right.
People are just gonna get it for free,
Mm-hmm.
Music's so free now.
Yeah. Yeah, for better or worse. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Everyone has to adapt to something,
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you can do it all yourself, it's better because in the end, you're not losing a ton of money.
Do you have a go-to mastering person to finish the album, or have you done mastering yourself?
No, I haven't done mastering myself. I had a guy in New York that was friends with the Netherfriends lawyer, and he was doing stuff for free or like charging next to nothing. But recently he's been charging a lot, and so my friend Scott, who lives here, is helping me. He does mastering here.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I never want to do mastering myself. That would be absurd.
Yeah.
Do bands do that?
Well,
it's like, I mean, you could do like kind of like pseudo mastering to get it up to.
It's sort of, I guess it's frowned upon. I guess that's sort of like one of those unspoken faux pas.
Yeah.
We actually, now I'm going to talk about myself, which is kind of also a faux pas. But like our band recorded at a studio, and then the guy who mixed and engineered us also mastered the album.
And that's kind of a big no-no, right?
It's definitely a big no-no.
Yeah.
And he may never see that. I hope he never sees this. But there were definitely like mastering issues with it, and I think that, and I've heard other stuff that he'd mastered, and he knows how to master stuff. But there's something about
own recording, right?
it was his own recording. I think there's something about just having another set of ears on a tape. But it was also like a cost factor for us. We'd already spent so much on the recording process.
Our words make us feel so cliche. It would be